Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to another video where we're going to explore some new fragrances that just reach into my collection. I'm super excited because I have some fragrances that I've been waiting to have in my collection for like more than 1 year, 1 year and a half. Um, it's simply very difficult to find some fragrances here or to find some houses that they will be shipping to Cyprus. So without further ado, I'm going to just say thank you for coming back to my channel if you are a returning visitor. And for those of you for the first time clicking on my thumbnail, thank you as well for joining our fragrance loving family. And my name is Emilia. We're all about fragrances, beauty, and let's just start with the first pick, which is going to be La Vie est Belle En Rose by Lancome. And as you can see from the bottle, it's a tester fragrance. So I didn't buy the retail fragrances. I learned the hard way, what is, you know, wrong when you purchase the fragrances at retail prices. I understand that they provide you the services in the stores, they have to pay the employees, and so on and so on and so on. However, when you're a content creator and you're doing a collection of fragrances, you're looking to buy the same fragrance at much more affordable prices. Plus, these fragrances they were purchased blindly, meaning I haven't tested them out. So this one really attracted me based upon the notes. This is how is the bottle. If you guys have been following me, you know that I had an issue with La Vie Belle, the original one. It took me a while to actually understand that and love it. I have also the La Vie Belle L'Eclat, which was my first love from the fragrance house of Lancome, and now I'm exploring further. This is big bottle, a 100 milliliter or 3.4 fluid ounce, and it's an l'eau de toilette, so it's not eau de parfum, but it's super gorgeous. I love also the bottle. I don't know if you can see from the camera. So half of it is red here. You have this red ribbon or bowl, half bowl to be more specific. And then here it's like orangish from the liquid, pinkish. This is a gorgeous scent as well. Now, if you're wondering what's the difference between tester bottles and normal fragrance bottles, the fact that it's written here tester or demonstration, but the fragrance itself, it's the same, it's not damaged. And obviously, some boxes might say it's a tester fragrance. So, you don't get that packaging that you would be getting when you buy retail price. Let's also spray it here. It's a beautiful, sweet, fruity rose and fresh. Now, it does has from the original DNA. However, this is much more floral. It's more on the rose, freshy kind of scent. If you are like me, where you kind of like had issues to cope with the original one, I would definitely suggest you to try, like I did, either L'Eclat or this one in rose. It is centered around the rose, so that heavy patchouli that you've experienced in the original one, it is present, but it's way toned down, and it's more fresh. It has a bit of, I would say, powderiness as well in it, so, and I would even say it's more youthful, more feminine, more elegant, girly kind of like. Whereas the original for me, it's more of a mature, more robust kind of like. That's the feeling that it evokes when I wear that scent and when I'm smelling it. Now, over the fragrance, how I have to say, this has been created by two of my most beloved fragrance creators. currently. It's Anne Filippo and Dominique Ropion. They have gorgeous fragrances. I have many, many, many from them. Um, I actually started knowing their creations through Oriflame. Oriflame was basically my so-called first encounter when it came to fragrances. That's what started my fragrance collection. So I'm more familiar with their creations through Oriflame, and slowly, slowly, I started picking up on their fragrances because they make great fragrances. Now, with regards to this fragrance, I have to mention that it has pink pepper, it has red berries, it has bergamot. We also have lily of the valley. We have two kinds of rose. We have damask rose and centifolia rose. You also have peony, which is again a beautiful, beautiful scent. Usually, peonies in fragrances, they are this very quiet, kind, very delicate kind of scent. But here, you do get this mesmerizing rose here. They also have sandalwood, iris, musk, and patchouli. And the campaign when this fragrance was launched was done with the actress Julia Roberts. She was wearing a pink dress back then. And this is available as an 50 milliliter or 100 milliliter bottles. So I have the biggest one. And so far, definitely not a regret. And I think it's one of the best versions of La Vie est Belle. If I have to give like season when I would be wearing this, definitely spring, maybe even summer. Whereas the original one, I would wear it more towards colder months. And the L'Eclat, I I don't have any issues with that because I truly fell in love with that fragrance. I can wear it winter, I can wear it spring. I'm super comfortable with that. So I cannot really give it like a season specific. That being said, I'm going to move on to the next fragrance, which is going to be a tester bottle. Now, if you buy the retail one, you will have this beautiful, beautiful star on top, but because it's a tester bottle, it does not come with that. However, I don't mind because I didn't purchase it for the box or for the bottle. I purchased it for the content, for the fragrance itself. And because I love the creations of Tiziana Terenzi. Now, imagine that there's a star here on top, this gorgeous um, goldish colored star fish. Now, this, because it comes as an extrait de parfum, so it's a perfume extract, I would expect to last much longer than the other ones that I have from the same fragrance house. I have to mention that I don't have any complaints for the house. It smells great, they project well, they last long on my skin so far. Now, this has very specific and very few accords. It has fruity, citrusy, and woody accords. And as usual, they are coming from Paolo Terenzi. If I'm not mistaken, he's the brother of Tiziana Terenzi. Now, this fragrance is again a unisex one, so it can be worn both by men and women. And I like sharing my unisex fragrances with my husband, so we are kind of like sharing the same fragrances and same tastes. Um, Now, this has citruses in the opening. In the middle notes, we have blackcurrant and peach, so lots of fruits here, and we have some woody notes in the base. Um, as a creation, this was launched back in 2020. And for me, the whole line of the Sea Stars collections sounds really intriguing, really like something that you want to explore. Now, what I can say that if you like, for example, Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford or Gerjov's Naxos or Creed Aventus or Baldafrique by Redo, because it has kind of like touches here and there, like some elements, it will remind you of that definitely I would, you know, put it as a suggestion for you if you're interested to buy something different. It is very strong, and as I smell it more and more, I would say it's again more on the feminine side, but because of the woodiness in the base, definitely I see it worn also by men. Um, Now, if I have to say if I have something similar, it kind of like give me some vibes here and there, but I wouldn't say that it's 100% copy or dupe over another fragrance. No way. And I have to remind you that my fragrance collection has grown tremendously since I started buying fragrances at much more affordable prices. Um, and obviously, I'm taking the opportunities when I can purchase fragrances that would cost somewhere between 300 euros or 600 euros at, you know, not even quarter of a price. So I'm looking for that. And obviously, as a content creator, I want to remind sometimes people of the beautiful fragrances that they might have in their collections and they might have forgotten about it. But at the same time, I want to explore more because I know there are so many fragrances out there, and I'm also developing myself further with this. Now, next one is going to be a repurchase again. Um, it's one that I truly appreciate and I learned to love. And it's again for me one of those boss lady kind of like scents. Um, it's a designer fragrance. However, the quality of the fragrance, it's absolutely outstanding. Um, if I wouldn't be familiar with the fragrance itself, I would have never smelled it. I would have said that it's coming from a niche house, but that's not the case. And if you have been following me, you kind of like, I think, guessed it. Whose fragrance is it? It's basically Black Orchid by Tom Ford. This is the Eau de Parfum. And this time I bought the 100 milliliter version. Um, I had one of 50 milliliter, but I love it so, so much. You have these beautiful chocolate accords in it, but as well we have, um, truffles. We have very interesting combinations and too many notes, but I'm going to quickly mention them also. So let me quickly read them for you guys. It's truffle, gardenia, blackcurrant, ylang ylang, jasmine, bergamot, mandarin orange, amalfi lemon. These are the opening notes only. And then in the middle notes, we have a lot of flowers such as orchid, lotus, jasmine again, ylang ylang again, gardenia again, fruity notes. And the base, it's where it comes this mysteriousness, I would say. It has Mexican chocolate, vanille, patchouli, incense, amber, vetiver, white musk, and sandalwood. Now for me, in the opening, I would have said if I wouldn't learn to be patient with the fragrance itself years ago when I purchased this one, I would have said that this is a male fragrance. No way for a woman. But after a few hours, when it settled down on my skin, it became such a beautiful scent. Um, it can be an abstract scent for some of you, but give it a try, let it sit. You might be off put at the beginning. Same experience I had, trust me. I had to go back and forth with this fragrance. And, I was watching so many YouTubers raving about it. And I was like, I couldn't understand that fragrance. And you know, the right moment for me was when I tested it in the springtime. So springtime here in Cyprus, it's kind of like not 100% spring, meaning you might have days when it is cold and rainy and the next day sunny with 30 degrees. So we have these fluctuations in temperatures. And one time it was this kind of cold day in the morning, and in the afternoon turned out to be sunny, and we were actually in the morning in a shop for fragrances, and I just sprayed it. I said, okay, let me check how it performs now on my skin because I wasn't having high hopes. And then we went to the beach, and as it was warming up the weather and I was sitting in the sun, that's when the magic happened. It was one of the most mysterious, um, very sensual fragrance. And for me, this is a dark scent. It's one of those femme fatale fragrances. Um, and the way that the fragrance is well blended, and obviously because of the hundreds of notes that it has, you cannot really pinpoint one particular note unless you wait, sit, and you sniff and sniff and sniff again. Like, what I can really smell out from it is the patchouli, chocolate, and on and off this, obviously the fruitiness, sweetness. For me, it is not a masterpiece, because if I would say that I would say that this is perfection, but we know that nothing is perfect. I mean, fragrances can still be further developed. They can come up with flankers. There's also the parfum version, which I tested, and it's gorgeous again. Now, that one, same story as with this. It's super off-putting. That one really screams masculine on my skin in the opening, but once it dries down, it's one of the best and smoothest vanilla that I ever smelled. It's absolutely gorgeous, that one as well. For me, this scent is a boss lady, a super powerful woman, that, you know, she's very well put together. She knows, um, you know, her things. I would not see this worn by teenagers. Definitely not. For me, it screams like mature woman. And I would say, if I would have to put an outfit to this fragrance, I would put white t-shirt with some black suit, black trousers. And if I would have to put shoes, maybe like red high heel shoes, for example, and a red purse or bag. Definitely worth trying. And as I experienced myself, I had to test it out a few times until I ended up loving it and actually repurchasing it. So that was number three. And the fourth one is one of the most expected fragrance. It's Sospiro Vibrato. I already opened it a bit up so I don't make too much noise for you guys. Now, this is the, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 100 milliliter version. Now, this smell, it's one of those citrusy, green, fresh, spicy, aromatic kind of scent and musky. Now, the bottle looks like this. Quickly, I'm going to unpeel from the sides the box to show you also the bottle. And I'm super excited because I love citrus scents, green, fresh scents, and it's something that I'm looking to have for summer. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. It has this velvety outer bottle, and it's very interesting. I would say it's not your typical lemony, or as I like to call some fragrances, lemonade kind of scent. Um, One of the lime scents that I really cannot understand and work with, it's Chanel's, the green one. I forgot. It's not Eau Tendre. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. I'll try to look it up and put it in the comments. Now, this one has grapefruit, bergamot, jasmine, and magnolia in the opening. Then we have some herbal notes, some powdery notes, some ginger in the middle. And it closes with cedar, amber, orris root, patchouli, and musk. Now, this is a vibrating, sparkling kind of fragrance. It's also sweet and flowery. It's very uplifting, and definitely I see it a lot of those fragrances that I will be reaching for in this summer. And the ginger, it's not like the ginger in Hermes fragrances. and definitely you get this spiciness as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. And as a creator of the fragrance, I have to mention it's Christian Provenzano. So if you're into his fragrances, definitely give it a try. It's fresh, it's very citrusy scent, definitely good for warm weather. And as I know, this is one of those fragrances that it's unique, it's appealing at the same time, it's very well blended, and definitely is one of those fragrances that you might consider testing in this summer. I don't see it worn in wintertime at all. So this for me screams summer. It's imagine that you're on the beach and you have this hotness and then you have this citrus coming here. So and it cools you down. It's refreshing. That's kind of experience that I have here. It's beautiful, beautiful scent. And I'm so happy that I have it in my collection now. I don't see it, as suitable for everyone. Definitely go and try it. I'm mentioning this because there are people that they don't like citrusy scent out there. So, you know, give it a try if you encounter this fragrance. And let me know if you have any of these fragrances or if they're on your list. What do you think about them? What other fragrances you like compared to these ones that I just mentioned in this video? Because definitely I'm curious also about your experiences and what you like. And perhaps one day I might be able to reach for those fragrances that you might love and I don't have yet in my collection. If you haven't yet subscribed or given some big thumbs up for this video, please do so. On this channel, we like to subscribe, we like to like the videos, to comment, and obviously, don't forget to click on the notification bell. And till next time, thanks for watching and stay safe. Bye for now.